In this video, I discuss 10 assets that will make you poor in retirement. Coming up next on Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt!
I was in town the other day and I ran into a friend who I hadn't seen in a while. We got to talking and he started talking about his finances. Now, this is someone who I knew had quite a bit of funds for his retirement. He prided himself on this. So I was a little surprised when he said that he was concerned that he wouldn't have enough money to last for the rest of his retirement. I asked him a few questions, and as he explained his story, it got me to thinking about those of us that spend a lifetime building retirement savings that would basically all but ensure that we're going to have a great retirement, and then we make a few simple mistakes and we watch it slowly drip away. And that's what was happening with this gentleman. And by the way, I'm not talking about making a dramatic bad investment, but I'm talking about things that can be totally avoided if you just apply a little bit of logic to them, and that's where we're going to go in this video. The truth is, some retirees maintain their wealth effortlessly while others struggle and they watch their retirement savings dwindle step by step, dollar by dollar. So it's not about how much you've saved, although that is part of it, of course. It's about avoiding the hidden traps that are out there that are hiding in plain sight for a lot of people, but others just fall into that trap and they find themselves stuck. And in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 traps that are pretty common to retirees. All right, let's take a look at these financial pitfalls that might be threatening the next stage of your life. Number one, brand new cars. You drive away the savings. There's something special about that new car smell. It's intoxicating. And when you get behind the wheel of your dream car and you drive it off the lot for the first few minutes, maybe even for the first few days or even the first few weeks, you feel like you've won the lottery. But the fact is, once you drive that car off the lot, you immediately lose 15% of the value. It's not an investment. If you buy a $40,000 car, that means you've instantly lost $6,000. Instantly. Within 5 years, your $40,000 car is down to $20,000, and the loan that you have on that car might be more than the value of the car itself. It wouldn't be unreasonable to think that a $40,000 car is going to have $50,000 worth of payments, plus the down payment. What's really interesting, though, is that truly comfortable retirees don't fall into that trap. Even Warren Buffett drove a used Cadillac for many, many years because he realized that that investment wasn't an investment at all. It was a money trap. A better approach, look for a car that's 2 or 3 years old, something like a Honda or a Toyota preferably, and that car will have basically the same features as the new model and the same reliability as well. It'll still have a warranty and you'll save $10,000 to $15,000 on that $40,000 car. And if you really want to stop yourself from buying that new car, think about this. If you took a $40,000 investment and you put it in an index fund and you left it there for about 10 years, on average, you'd have about $85,000. Now, is the new car smell worth the extra $45,000 that you get from that investment? Number two, timeshares, the retirement dream that becomes a nightmare. Many of us think about having a vacation home in retirement, someplace to dart away to in the wintertime when it's cold at home and you can snowbird someplace else. That's the alluring promise of a timeshare. But understand, the economics of a timeshare don't work the same way as buying a second home. It starts with a big upfront payment, something like $20,000 in many cases, with a really high interest rate, 15, 16, 18%. And then, of course, there's the annual maintenance fee. It may start off at $800 per year or $800 every 6 months, but it grows and grows and grows. And sometimes by the time you're done paying off that timeshare, it's up over $2,000 and you might have used it 6, 7, 8 times throughout the time that you owned it. But the real shock comes when you try to sell it. Unlike a vacation home where you can get your money back in most cases, especially if you've owned it for a long time, you get your money back plus, timeshares don't resell well. The reason is that timeshare companies don't offer the same accoutrements with a used timeshare because they want people to buy a new one from them. So what do savvy retirees do? Well, they simply book an accommodation wherever they want to go. And if they want to spend 2 weeks in Hawaii, then they spend 2 weeks in Hawaii. If they want to spend 2 weeks in the mountains skiing in the wintertime, then they do that. But they're not committed to 2 weeks in Hawaii every single year or 2 weeks in the mountains every single year. And more importantly, they haven't made a long-term commitment to the finances of something that they can't resell, at least not resell well. Number three, luxury items, impressing people at the cost of your security. That expensive watch or handbag might make you feel successful, but more often than not, I've noticed that the people who own things like that are financially stretched. Here's the irony about this. People who are struggling with money feel the need to convince themselves that they're not. And so they'll go out and they'll buy something very, very expensive. Yet people with a significant amount of money don't feel the need to prove this to anyone, at least the ones that I know. And so they'll wear ordinary clothes and they won't spend more than a little bit of money on a handbag or a watch. And then for those who are truly successful, at least in terms of their earning power, overlay the McMansion that might be 5, 6, 7, 8,000 square feet. The fact is, nobody really needs a house like that unless they have a tremendous amount of money. And even Warren Buffett is still living in the same house that he lived in since 1958. By the way, a good rule of thumb in retirement is if the luxury item that you want costs more than 1% of your savings, it's probably not something that you should buy. Number 4, lottery tickets and gambling, I suppose. These are what I call the hope tax. Your odds of winning the Powerball are 1 in 292 million. And just some basic stats here. The average American spends $400 per year on lottery tickets. If you invested that money in a sensible mutual fund, in 10 years, that would be worth well over $6,000. People who maintain their wealth in retirement place calculated bets, if you want to call them that, in dividend-paying stocks, interest income from bonds, and other conservative investments that generate cash flow. A lottery ticket, for the vast majority of people, isn't going to generate cash flow. And my suggestion for you, by the way, if this is more entertainment than anything else, is set aside a certain percentage of your retirement savings, and you can use that for something like a lottery ticket, maybe 1/10 of 1% of your retirement savings. Make it a very small amount and stick to it so that you don't go out thinking you're investing in your next $10 million, $20 million, $100 million payout. The odds are against you on this one. Number 5, credit card debt, the retirement fund destroyer. There's almost nothing that will destroy your retirement funds faster than credit card debt. Let me explain. That little plastic card in your wallet may look innocent enough, but it is one of the most dangerous things in your life. The fact is, anything you put on that card, if you leave it there and you don't pay it off at the end of the month, accrues at an average rate of about 20% per year. 20%. Just $5,000 in credit card debt, where you pay only the minimum necessary every single month, will cost you over $10,000 in interest costs over a 15-year period. So you're paying $15,000 back for $5,000 that you spent. And my guess is that that $5,000 probably wasn't on something that will enrich your life, if you're like most people anyway. Financially secure retirees are very disciplined about their credit card. They rarely carry a balance, and if they use their credit card, they pay it off every single month. They might use it to get the benefits of the card, points or dollars back, whatever the card is, but they don't put anything on that card that they wouldn't buy anyway, and then they pay it off immediately. Number 6, expensive health supplements and treatments. The health trap. We all want to stay healthy in retirement, but the industry knows this and they prey on our concerns. Many expensive supplements, treatments, miracle cures are marketed to retirees, but they actually have very little, if any, actual benefit. They just make you feel good. Americans spend over $35 billion per year on supplements. And if you are a retiree spending lots of money, thousands of dollars on supplements, trying to get an edge on life, I suppose, you could be just spending money on nothing that really has any value. Before purchasing any health treatment or product, consult with your doctor. Many effective health interventions like regular walking, eating right, more sleep, or just de-stressing through yoga or meditation can give you far better benefits, and they're basically free or pretty close to it. Number 7, helping adult children too much. When you do this, sometimes this backfires. This one touches my heart because we all love our kids and our grandkids, and we want to help, and we have the means to help. But one of the biggest drains on financial resources in retirement is helping or overly helping adult children and other family members. Parents in the U.S. give their adult children an average of over $500 per month. Over a 10-year period, that's $60,000. That money could be used to prepare yourself for late-stage retirement when you might really need it. Don't get me wrong, helping family members is wonderful, but not at the expense of your own safety and security. Remember, your children can get loans for college, houses, and businesses, but you can't get a loan for retirement. Setting clear boundaries around financial help isn't being selfish, it's being responsible. The best gift you can give to your family is not being a financial burden on them later because you were overly generous today. Number 8, whole life insurance, the slow motion money drain. Many retirees hold on to their whole life policies thinking that they're both protecting their family and investing well. Unfortunately, these policies often, maybe even usually, combine low-yielding investments with overly priced life insurance. A $500,000 term life policy for a 65-year-old might cost about $2,000 a year, but a whole life policy might cost $15,000 per year. The $13,000 invested somewhere else will more than likely give you a far better return. Many financially savvy retirees opt for a term policy and taking the balance and putting it in an index fund or bonds or some other conservative or at least low-cost investment. If you already have a whole life policy, it might be worth looking into a 1035 exchange with that policy. Talk to a fee-only financial planner, not another insurance salesman, to find out more about this option. And make sure that they are a fiduciary. They act on your behalf, not on the behalf of the companies that they represent. Number 9, expensive home upgrades, renovating away your retirement savings. I know how tempting it is to make your retirement home perfect. But renovations rarely return the amount of money that you put into your home. And to make matters worse, they often cost a lot more than you initially planned. The average kitchen remodel costs about $25,000 and adds $15,000 of new value to the house. So when you're done with the new kitchen, you've lost $10,000. Rather than extensive renovations, consider modest upgrades that improve the quality of your life. Things like fresh paint, improved lighting, or updating accessibility will remarkably cost very little, but add a lot to your quality of life and even the value of your home. If you do need something more than just a refresh, get multiple quotes, have a solid contract, and build in an additional 20% above and beyond what you think it's going to cost, just in case. 10, oversized housing, the empty nest that empties your wallet. Many of us retired homes that were designed for families with children living in the home. These oversized homes also have oversized property taxes, utility bills, oversized cleaning costs, and oversized maintenance, all draining funds to heat, cool, and maintain spaces you don't even see most of the time. Downsizing from a 2,500 square foot home to a 1,500 square foot home can save somewhere between $6,000 and $10,000 annually. If moving isn't right for you, consider creative alternatives. Can you rent out a room to somebody else? Perhaps convert part of your home to a money-generating Airbnb. Maybe share housing with a friend or a family member. The right housing choice can either preserve your retirement savings or slowly drain it away. It's worth taking a clear-eyed look to see if your current home still serves your new retirement lifestyle, because often it doesn't. So take a look at this list and see if there's one or two that might be draining your retirement savings that you didn't think about. If the answer is yes, that's actually a good thing. Identifying these wealth drainers is the first step to plugging those leaks and having a better and safer retirement in the future. And remember, it's not about depriving yourself of joy in retirement. It's making choices that align with your long-term goals. After all, the greatest luxury in retirement isn't what you own. It isn't your possessions. It's having the peace of mind to know that you're safe financially for the future. If you like this video, please consider clicking subscribe and turning on notifications. And please like this video because YouTube uses the number of likes to raise a video in the search results, and I want to help as many people as possible. This is Jeff Schmidt, and I will see you in the next video.